So how do you go from couch to triathlon in 13 months? You become a conqueror. Hi, and welcome back to my channel, Up and Atom. Today, I've got a little bonus for you if you stick around to the end of this video. I'm going to reveal a personal secret about me, something I've never told anyone ever. But that's at the end of the video. So now, here's how I went couch to triathlon in 13 months. So the story goes, it starts with the fact that I had signed up for an ultra trail run, which was to happen in June of 2020. So as the pandemic hit February, March of 2020, and all the lockdowns started, all of the races got canceled. So my ultra trail run was canceled. I had started doing strong classes, high intensity interval training class with my daughter as preparation for the trail run, and even that was shut down with the pandemic. So we were doing that class twice a week, and everything shut down. So I had nothing to look forward to, nothing to really motivate me anymore. I was able to get my daughter, though, to come to my place and lead classes during the lockdown shutdown when the gym was closed. And so we continued on with our Strong by Zumba classes. Which is now StrongNation, which is a terrific class, and I highly recommend that for anybody at any time. But what really got me going was the fact that the virtual races were really getting advertised as an alternative to the in-person races. And I came across the Conqueror virtual challenges. And they were running these virtual races, do it at your own pace, go on the software and update your miles that you ran that day or walked that day or biked that day. And then when you complete the number of miles, then they send you a finisher's medal, which is really cool. And I thought, well, there's no end in sight of when in-person races were ever going to come back again. So I decided that, hey, I'll give this a shot with the Conqueror races. And their starter pack of 3 races was the Inca Trail that leads to Machu Picchu, and the English Channel, and Hadrian's Wall in England. And I'll tell you what, if that isn't like bucket list destination central for me, I don't know what is. Machu Picchu is definitely a place I want to go in my lifetime at some point. English Channel, yeah, no brainer. We've already talked about that one. And in the one brief visit that I did have while I was in England, I made it to Bath, England, but never made it to Hadrian's Wall. So I never saw Hadrian's Wall, and that'd be cool. You know, ruins from the Roman Empire in England. How awesome is that? So the Conqueror virtual challenge. I love their motto, which is virtually anything is possible. I totally have been living that for the last year. And I love the fact that all of their medals and their challenges, their races, they're all very iconic places, destinations that anyone would love to go at any time. Especially me. I'm that kind of person that, I want to go to these places. And then, the other thing about these things, these finishers medals are just awesome. They're very heavy. They're metal, beautiful ribbons, and all that, very well thought out, very well designed. I love their app where you can follow along on the map. They've got a regular map of the whole route, shows you where you were at, your progress along that route. And there's even a street view option for most of them, where you can get a street view of where you're at on the route for that challenge. And so you can really immerse yourself in that challenge like you're really there, and really experience it. What really got to me early on with the Conqueror challenges is that I found myself at night wanting to punch in to the app all the miles that I had done that day. And so if at that point I hadn't done anything, it kind of motivated me to, get up and hurry up and go do some. I started with the Inca Trail, which was, a marathon distance, and I ran that on the treadmill. It took me 4 entries. I did like 6.5 miles 4 times on the treadmill running, and to finish that. And then went on to the English Channel, and that one I decided, hey, I was going to do that all via swimming. And so I swam the whole 21 miles, and it really was the motivation for me to get back to the lap swimming. During the pandemic, with everything shut down, our park district pool was open. Now, it was open for lap swimming only, and it was by reservation. So you could only reserve 1 hour per day. And there were days where, it was all booked up and you couldn't get a lane reservation to do lap swimming on a particular day that you wanted to. So that was kind of, irritating about that. But it was so cool that it was still open. And so it took 11 entries for me to complete the English Channel swim of 21 miles. Since I could only lap swim for an hour at a time, it really pushed me to see, how many miles can I really get in an hour? And the answer is, reliably, I can get 2 miles in per hour. So during that time, I was really trying to hit that 2 miles every time, every 1 hour block that I was able to get into the pool, do 2 miles, and all of that. So that really helped me get back to the swimming. I continued swimming and taking my swimming miles and putting them towards other challenges as well. And I just got into the routine of swimming 3, maybe 4 times a week if I could. And then I was walking or running every day, and sometimes twice a day. I got to the point where I'd get up early and I'd go walk 3 miles to get my day started. And then at night, getting a little bored, don't know what to do, so I'd go out and walk the 3 mile route again. And so I was, like walking 6 miles a day for a time. So I did this for, a full year. I've got a total of 10 of these virtual races completed, and I'm currently doing one, which is Route 66, super long, 2,000 plus miles. So it's going to take me a long time to finish this one, and all that. But I got to say, these Conqueror virtual challenges, virtually anything is possible, is probably one of the best things that happened to me in a long time. Because like I said, it really gave me something at the end of the day to check my activity level. Did I get anything to put in there? If I was going to bed without logging any miles into the virtual challenge app, I was kind of disappointed. And like I said, at night it was kind of the reminder that, hey, if I was being lazy that day and I didn't get anything done, well, hurry up and go do something. Go walk around the block a few times, and so that you can enter something in for that day. So I did that, and I continued on with the strong classes with my daughter Karen, and got her to do classes virtually, and she did a lot of in-person classes during the lockdown with me, and that really helped a lot, because that really got my fitness going. And what I love about Strong is the high intensity interval training, and particularly Strong is the active recovery. So instead of, stopping, catching your breath and all of that, you're still moving. You're still doing these exercises while you're recovering. And so the intensity drops down, you can recover, catch your breath, and then boom, your intensity is back up. And I really feel that's helped me and my fitness a lot, the active recovery part of it. So the whole triathlon thing kind of snuck up on me, and what happened was Chicago Triathlon coming up. It was a few weeks away, and I was like, oh, I want to do an Ironman. So what a great way to start. Let's do the Chicago Triathlon. And I'm like, but yeah, it's only a few weeks away. I'm not sure I'm ready for that. And to that point, I hadn't done any biking at all. To that point, I've spent a year. I'm doing workout classes, and I'm running, I'm walking, I'm swimming, but I hadn't been on a bike in like a year and a half. So I pull out the bike, of course. It's 24 miles on the bike for the triathlon. Can I do it? Will my bike work? I've got a road bike. It's been hanging in the garage for a year and a half with nobody touching it. Tires are flat and all of that. So I pull the bike out, pump up the tires, get it all together, make the adjustments, and take it out. Can I ride 24 miles on this? Go out and I ride 20 miles on it, and yes, the answer is yes, I can do it. So I had family encouraging me, hey, go ahead and sign up for it, do it. That'd be great. And I was still kind of on the fence. And what really got me off the fence and really committed to jumping in and doing it was the fact that if I didn't do it now, it would take an entire year for that event to roll back around to see how I would have done. And so I was like, no matter how bad I do, at least I know it's a starting point, and I don't have to wait a whole nother year to find out. So I went ahead, signed up for the Chicago Triathlon. Probably should do a whole video on that, because the whole experience of doing the Chicago Triathlon, which is an Olympic distance triathlon, was kind of funny. There's a lot of funny stories surrounding that as well. But at any rate, I did the Chicago Triathlon, it was 13 months after I started these virtual challenges and doing the strong exercise workout classes. And I did finish it. So and I felt good doing it. It didn't kill me, it didn't hurt me, kind of thing. And it was really a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I did it. But at any rate, just wanted to get that out there. This is how I went from being very sedentary in my lifestyle, and through the pandemic and through the ability to have my daughter keep the exercise classes going for me, and these virtual challenges, keeping me going, keeping me motivated to log the miles and lose the weight, get in better shape, get fit, while everyone else is sitting around at home depressed, can't go anywhere. They're getting fat. They're just sitting there eating, feeling depressed. And during that time, I was out walking the neighborhood by myself, jogging, running indoors on the treadmill, out swimming 1 hour per day, like 3 days a week, and all of that. So there you go. That's how I did it. And 13 months, and I can tell you, I have my total distances here in that 13 months. I completed a total of 933.2 miles that I logged into the Conqueror Challenges. And that consisted of 88.1 miles swimming, 92.9 miles on the bike, 262.9 miles running, and 489.3 miles walking. And again, that totals 933.2. So that's what I put in prior to the Chicago Triathlon. Now, of course, I'm continuing on. I'm still working out. I'm still logging miles into the Conqueror app. And I'm still looking forward to more of these gorgeous finishers medals from the Conqueror. Now, this isn't any kind of paid advertisement for them. Of course, I'm just relaying this as, my enthusiasm and excitement for the Conqueror virtual challenges is just all my own. Nobody's putting me up to it or anything like that. But I highly recommend it. It's definitely a motivating thing. It's fun. Okay, now, like I promised, I'm going to reveal a secret about me. You've made it to the end of the video. Here's your little treat, your little reward. So here's something I never told anybody ever in my whole life. And it's a personal secret about me. So hopefully, you'll get to know me a little better. Here it is. My preferred pronouns are he and him. Thank you. Okay, now up and at 'em, feet on the floor. Let's go. Let's accomplish some goals. Let's contribute to society. If I can do this, you can too. So let's go up and at 'em.